I'd like to call to order the regular council meeting of March 9th, 2015 at 7:30 p.m. Mr. Spagman, please call the roll.
Colella.
Here.
Dixon.
Here.
Gibbons.
Here.
Hannon.
Present.
Harrison. Present. McLean.
Here.
Mowry. O'Brien.
Present.
Pate. 7 present.
7 members are present. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have no chair announcements. Let's move to the report of the officials. We have the library director's report.
Good evening. My name is Christine, and I'm the director of Your Public Library, where we provide services to inform, inspire, and enrich the community. I want to share with you some library statistics from 2014. 44% of Bethel Park residents have a library card. That's over 14,000 people. Each card holder borrowed an average of 23 items last year. If they were to purchase those retail, that would be just under $600. Circulation of ebooks increased 17% in 2014. We now, as a county, have over 80,000 titles available for you to borrow for free. So stop buying them from Amazon. Bethel Park patrons are the 4th largest users of ebooks out of the 45 libraries in Allegheny County, so we are really using that service. Use of public computers has remained stable over the last 5 years, but utilization of our Wi-Fi network has increased 14% in 1 year alone. Our staff answered almost 47,000 reference questions. These aren't questions like, where's the restroom or how much for a copy or a printout. These are real reference questions, the majority of which are about technology. We had 20,811 people attend programs in the Youth Services Department and just over 5,000 attend programs for adults. So the library is very well used. Happy to report that our interior painting project was just finished today. If you haven't stopped in to take a look, come and look at it. The colors are tranquil but modern. If you can't get a chance to come in, if you want to watch the Libraries Check It Out episode of March, we do take you through on a virtual tour through the library. The library is hosting a mother-daughter tea party fundraiser this Sunday, March 15th at 2 o'clock at the community center. Tickets are 2 for $25. There's tea and lunch, like tea sandwiches, cookies, dips, vegetables, and there'll be an American Girl doll raffle for everyone that is present. The library is hosting AARP tax assistance on Tuesdays through April 7th. AARP certified tax preparers will be on hand from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. on Tuesdays to help you finish or complete your federal, state, and local income tax. This program is geared to those 50 and older and those with simple returns. The library is hosting a program called Behavior Problems, Seminar for Parents and Caregivers. During this seminar, Nick Chappelle, a board-certified behavior analyst, will discuss simple and effective strategies for reducing problem behaviors that can be easily used at home. This program takes place on Saturday, March 28th at 11 a.m. And one announcement, there will be a gas grill raffle. $1 donation per ticket benefits the BPTV Volunteer Scholarship Fund. Tickets are available at EV Hardware at the library or downstairs at the BPTV station. The drawing will be live at the council meeting on Monday, June 8th, so just in time for Father's Day. It's a great gas grill. If you have any questions or would like to know more about our services, you can visit the library's website at bethelparklibrary.org. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, we're going to go to the police chief's report with Dave Rogan. Before we do that, though, this is Dave's last meeting as the chief of police in Bethel Park since he's retiring at the end of the month. In 22 days, he'll be a citizen of Bethel Park, not an employee, but we want to congratulate him on a 28-year career with the municipality of Bethel Park, starting out as a patrolman in 1987, moving up the ranks attending the FBI Academy, promoting to sergeant, then lieutenant, and in mid last year, the chief of police. So, David, thank you for your service, and we do. I know you're going to look forward to your many years as a resident. You can sit out there and make comments, but Dave is going to give the police chief's report.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Hannon and members of council. It's been a great career, 28 years, a lot of good memories, some sad memories, but a lot of good memories. And it's been a pleasure working in the community. I've lived in the community for 32 or 33 years, and I'll continue to live here and enjoy our community. But thank you all. I really appreciate the kind words. I only have a couple items for the police chief's report this evening. Our Crime Watch program is still actively recruiting new members. It already has begun, but we would welcome anybody that would have an interest in joining the Crime Watch program. The next meeting is Monday, April 6th at 6:30 p.m. At the community center. If you'd like to get involved with the community and get involved with the Crime Watch program, there's still plenty of time to do that. I think we still have 4 sessions left. You're welcome to come and attend. And our new chief, Tim O'Connor, informed me today that he's already attended several of the Crime Watch meetings, and he plans on attending the remaining 4. He found them very enjoyable, and he liked interacting with all the people. So if you'd like to come out and get a feel for what we do in the police department, be involved in your neighborhood, and get a chance to meet the new chief, this would be a great time. April 6th, 6:30 at the community center. We just want to remind everybody that now that the weather's finally starting to get nice, you know, there's more and more children outside. So we want to make sure that everyone's careful when you're driving. Pay attention to kids alongside the roadways. You know, there's a lot of kids on bicycles, pedestrians, playing ball. We just want everyone to try to be careful when we're driving in neighborhoods. Pay attention to the kids, please. Our Police Pals Steeler benefit basketball game was held on this past Friday, March 6th. And in the pregame event, the police department / fire department played the Bethel Park Teachers. It was a very close game, tightly contested, with the police fire team pulling out a slight win at the end. But the main event was the Police Pals versus the Steelers. And we had a great game with the Steelers, and the Police Pals did come in second place. We had almost 600 people in attendance at the game. It was a huge success for the Police Pals program and the scholarship program that it sponsors. We did want to have a special thanks to Allstate for sponsoring the event, and they also donated $3,500, and that's what this check represents, $3,500 that Allstate donated towards the Police Pals Scholarship Program, and we thank them very much for their participation in the program. And I believe for the entire evening, we raised over $9,000, which is really a wonderful thing. I mean, that's really remarkable, and we had a great attendance. We did have major prizes that I just wanted to announce who the prize winners were. We had a 65-inch television, and that was won by Marjorie Benson of Bethel Park. A snowblower, which was won by Paul Studd of Bethel Park. And a gas grill was won by Brian Lippert. The Steeler basket was won by Nico Delgatti. Penguin tickets was won by Rich Carton. And a dinner legal services package was won by Hannah Pickard. And a 50-50 winner was Judy Dogert, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but those are all the people that won our major prizes at the Police Pals, so congratulations to all of them. And that's all I have tonight, sir.
Thank you, David. What I'd like to do now is introduce to the community, before we get to the fire chief's report, our new police chief, Tim O'Connor. He comes to us from the city of Pittsburgh with 35 years of service from the city. His last position there was commander of Zone 5. And those of you who know the city, Zone 5 includes places like Bloomfield, East Hills, East Liberty, Friendship, Garfield, Highland Park, Homewood, North, South, and West, Larimer, Lincoln, Leamington, Morningside, and Stanton Heights. So it's quite a change from coming to Bethel Park from the city. So, but we do think that Tim is going to be a great addition to our team, and we really appreciate him coming to Bethel Park and to serve as your police chief. And I'll introduce Tim O'Connor.
Thank you, Councilman. I'm Tim O'Connor, the new police chief who will take over officially on April the 1st. And I just want to thank Council for affording me the opportunity to come here and serve the fine people of this great community. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Dave Gerber from the Fire Chief for the Bethel Park Volunteer Fire Company. I'm here to give you the Fire Chief's report for the month of February. In February, the fire department ran 31 fire calls. We ran 3 working fires, 3 smoke conditions, 3 odor investigations, 3 water conditions, 3 natural gas leaks, 5 CO alarms, and 11 fire alarms, totaling 31 calls. Since we just turned the clocks back this past Saturday, I just want to remind everybody, if you haven't already, please change the smoke detector batteries and CO detector batteries in all your alarms and stuff in the home. And with that, just to give you some quick tips real quick, if you happen to have a fire in your house, make sure that you get out. Stay out and call 911, or here in Bethel Park, you can call 833-2000. It'll get you a lot quicker to who you need to get to. You should have a smoke alarm installed on every floor of your house. Depending on the size of your house, my house is small, so 1 smoke detector on each floor is going to be enough. I know some people have some bigger houses here in Bethel Park, so make sure that you have them near any of your sleeping bedrooms and stuff, places where people sleep, and places where you can hear them if they do go off. You should test your smoke detectors and CO detectors with that little annoying test button on the detector once a month. Make sure that it's working. Even once you change the batteries, make sure that you test it and make sure that it's working. You should also talk with everybody in your household to make sure that you have a plan if something does happen in the house where you need to go. A good place, everybody get out. This is how we get out. Once you're out, make sure that you have a meeting place somewhere in the front yard. Normally is a good place. Everybody meets up out there in case something happens. And that way when we show up to see what's going on, we can make sure everybody's accounted for and everybody's safe, and then we can do what we need to do from there. So with that, once again, don't forget to change the batteries in your smoke detectors if you haven't done it already for this month. So next thing on my list is I just want to thank Municipal Council and all for the great groundbreaking ceremony we had back on February 28th. Thank you folks very much for the new station down here on Brightwood Road. If you haven't been past Brightwood, the old Brightwood facility, they started digging dirt, moving equipment in and stuff, and actually digging dirt today. I saw things were digging and moving. So it's great to see the new station. Things are finally moving and happening over there. And soon enough, we'll be digging along, and there'll be a great new facility there. So I just want to again thank everybody from council, all the politicians and stuff. Sue Means is here, all the other state senators, representatives. Everybody was there. It was, great. A little cold, but it was very nice. So thank you for everybody that was there. Just last thing on the list, I just want to remind everybody our fundraising letter will be going out sometime in the next 30 days or so. We do receive municipal tax dollars at this point, but the municipal tax dollars are paying for the new facility that they're building down on Brightwood, plus the other 2 buildings as far as upkeep and stuff of the buildings and all. So for us to buy fire trucks, for us to buy equipment, buy gear and stuff for all the firemen and everything, we still need your donations to keep that stuff moving and going. So if you can, please continue to donate. And with that, that's all I have unless anybody has any questions.
Thank you, Dave.
Good.
Next, we have the mayor's report. Mayor Allen.
Chief. Just about the fire station when we had the groundbreaking. Cold is not the word. It was 5 degrees or 4 degrees, and we stood there for an hour and a half to do it. But the contractor did say that they would start the next day, and I've seen them over there every day since. And it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful facility. I just have a few things, but before I do that, I wanted to introduce our county councilperson, Sue Means, and she has a presentation.
Officer Regatti, could you please come forward? It's kind of nice to order a policeman around. I'm so honored today to be here to give you an award on behalf of Allegheny County. You know, if a policeman did something wrong, it would make national news. So I'm here to yell loud and wide what a great policeman you've done, and 26 years of service you've given our community. I so very much appreciate it. And I was just totally blown away. And this award is actually shared by all of Bethel Park, because I watched in amazement as all of Bethel Park rallied around Joey Fabus and his family. But with every effort, there has to be someone who spearheads that effort, and you stepped up to the plate, and you did a fantastic job, and we all very much appreciate it. And you've also done great things with Police Pals and Adopt a Family, so the list goes on. So thank you from County Council in the bottom of my heart. Now I'm going to read you. Then I want to comment that the last time I read a 2-page proclamation was for the mayor of Bethel Park. So, whereas Officer Thomas Tom Regatti joined the Bethel Park Police Department in 1988 and has served in various capacities such as a patrol division and traffic division. Since October 2009, Officer Regatti has served as a Community Resource Crime Prevention Officer in Crime Prevention Unit. Whereas in 1989, Officer Regatti has served as a police pal to the schools in the Bethel Park School District, helping to build trust between the youth and law enforcement. Whereas during his tenure, Officer Regatti spearheaded the Police Pals food drive and developed the Police Pals Holiday Adopt a Family program, benefiting needy local families. And whereas in 1992, Officer Regatti, in conjunction with Officer Modrak, created the Bethel Park Police Law Enforcement Apprenticeship Program. Boy, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Providing Bethel Park High School students an opportunity to learn more about career in law enforcement. And whereas since 2009, Officer Regatti has organized the Police Pals Pittsburgh Steelers benefit basketball game to fund the Sergeant Charles Bonsack Scholarship, which since its inception has awarded over $23,000 to college-bound participants of the LEAP program. And whereas in 2010, Officer Regatti reestablished the Bethel Park Citizen Police Academy, providing basic information about the law enforcement profession and daily operations of the Bethel Park Police Department, and more than 45 citizens per year. Whereas in 2011, Officer Regatti reestablished the Bethel Park Crime Watch program, growing the membership into more than 1,000 individuals. And whereas among the numerous grants Officer Regatti obtained, one in particular helped to establish a new child identification system in 2011. And since that time, more than 12,000 ID cards have been issued. Whereas among his many accomplishments, Officer Regatti received the American Society of Industrial Security Public Safety and Security Award Honorable Mention in November 2014. One more page to go, guys. Whereas in 2014, Officer Regatti was instrumental in organizing the community support for the late 8-year-old Joseph Joey Giovanni Fabus, I love that name, Giovanni, son of Mr. and Mrs. David and Cindy Fabus, who was diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor on May 15, 2014, and passed away from this life on January 21, 2015. Whereas after Joey's dream came true, he became an honorary member of the Bethel Park Police Department. Officer Rigatti acted as Joey's partner for the day on June 24, 2014. Officer Rigatti also collected and provided Joey with police patches from across the nation. Whereas Officer Rigatti was responsible for rallying the Bethel Park businesses, which donated items for Joey's wake. Officer Rigatti organized the effort to gather dozens of police officers, firefighters, and emergency workers to pay tribute to Joey at his officer's funeral at St. Bernard's Catholic Church in Mount Lebanon. Officer Rigatti was able to secure two ladder trucks, one from the Bethel Park Fire Department and one from Mount Lebanon, which raised their ladders and hung a huge American flag between them for the funeral procession passed under the flag into the cemetery. Whereas we salute Officer Tom Rigatti for his outstanding dedication and commitment to serving the Fabus family in 2014. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Allegheny County Council hereby recognizes and thanks Bethel Park Officer Thomas Rigatti for his dedication to upholding the noble precepts of law enforcement and community policing for 27 years. We wish him health and happiness in all his future endeavors. Sponsored by myself, Sue Means, this day, the 9th day of March, 2015. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. I think, Chief, that's going to be a tough job to fill. I didn't know he did that much. I just have one thing, and I want to bring it up tonight in case there's groups out there. It's about our annual spring cleanup schedule. The municipality of Bethel Park, in conjunction with the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, will once again sponsor Spring Cleanup Day. This year's event is scheduled for Saturday, April 18th, 2015. As in the past, PennDOT will supply the trash bags, safety vest, and gloves, and the municipality will provide patches for the young participants. This is an opportunity for willing volunteers to help clean the parks and roadways of Bethel Park and spruce up our community for spring. A list of areas that are in need of cleanup will be provided. So for any individual, any group, any community organization wishing to participate should contact Michelle Bainham for details at 412-831-6800, extension 203. And since this is our last meeting before Easter, I just wish everyone a happy and a blessed Easter. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Allen. The next item is the approval of minutes. Mr. McLean.
First item we have under approval of minutes is regular meeting of February 9th, 2015. I move that we approve the regular council meeting minutes of February 9, 2015.
We have a motion and a second to approve the regular council meeting minutes of February 9th, 2015. Any discussion on this? Mr. Spagman, please call the roll.
Dixon?
Yes.
Gibbons?
Yes.
Hannon?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
O'Brien?
Yes.
Colella?
Yes.
7-0.
Motion passes 7-0. Mr. McLean.
Second item under approval of minutes is a special meeting of February 23, 2015, appointment of Bethel Park Chief of Police. I move that we approve the special meeting minutes of February 23, 2015, appointment of Bethel Park Chief of Police.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the special meeting minutes of February 23rd, 2015, the appointment of the Bethel Park Chief of Police. Any discussion from this? Mr. Spagman, please call the roll.
Gibbons?
Yes.
Hannon?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
O'Brien?
Yes.
Colella?
Yes.
Dixon?
Yes.
7-0.
Motion passes 7-0. Go to the bills and payrolls. Mr. McLean.
Motion under bills and payrolls. I move that we approve the bills and payrolls for the municipality per bill list 030915 in the amount of $821,985.29.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the bills and payrolls of the municipality for bill list number 030915 in the amount of $821,985.29. Any discussion on this item? Mr. Spagno, please call the roll.
Hannon.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Colella.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
Givens.
Yes.
7-0.
Motion passes 7-0. Next, we'll go to the resident comment section of the meeting. You have 3 minutes to state your comments. After 2 minutes, you'll get a warning from the manager to conclude your remarks. Yes.
Good evening. My name is Bob Swish. I live at 2848 West Monroe Street. I've been coming before this council since August of 2014 in an effort to acknowledge the mental behavioral treatment houses, or as the municipality would like to call them, group homes. These facilities are being placed in secrecy in the Bethel Park neighborhoods. Some neighborhoods like mine, there are 4, have multiple facilities. With the lack of response of most of the individual members of this council, it is obvious the council as a whole is supporting the advice given by the solicitor and doing absolutely nothing about this situation, claiming that federal law is being administered. And therefore, these facilities have been placed into our neighborhoods for over 20 years without the knowledge of the residents of Bethel Park. Our neighborhoods are being destroyed from within, and either our lawmakers don't know it or they are just not doing anything about it. I know and I believe in my heart that something can and will be done about the residential mental facilities, but that is only part of why I'm here tonight. First, let me apologize publicly to Mr. Harrison. I heard him talking about this at several council meetings, but I actually never paid attention to what he was saying as my mind was focused on my own agenda. Mr. Harrison, I apologize, and I appreciate everything you're trying to do. 5 members of the Bethel Park Council have been placed on the Home Rule Charter Study Commission. These same 5 members will then vote to decide whether or not any changes will be accepted by council, if there are any, to be placed on a referendum ballot for the residents to vote on. From the dais, Mr. Harrison stated many times that the Home Rule Charter has been violated when the tax ordinance was placed on a referendum ballot in 2013. Other than innuendo, this charge was never proven wrong. We were told that the solicitor had written a letter supposedly stating this was a legal maneuver. I questioned the violation in any correspondence from Mr. McTiernan in a letter to the municipality last month. A response has yet to be given to me. After I began listening to what Mr. Harrison was saying, it seemed very strange that 5 members of council, the majority of council members, would be placed on the study commission, checking a little more. I found that there was no vote taken to assign these members to that study commission. Also from the dais, Mr. Harrison stated it was illegal for the 5 members of council to serve on the council study commission, or the Home Rule Charter Study Commission. At the October 13th meeting of last year, he asked Mr. McTiernan if it was illegal. Mr. Herron, chairing the meeting, first attempted to stop Mr. Harrison from asking the question, then called for a consensus vote by the council to see if Mr. McTiernan would answer the question. The vote was 6-1 for the question not to be answered. 5 of the 6 no votes were from members of the council on the study commission. In the letter I mentioned above, I questioned the legality of 5 members of council serving on the study commission and also the legality of those 5 members voting on any changes that might be submitted by council or to council by the study commission.
Please conclude your remarks.
In addition, I wrote to Brandon Coella, Jim Hannon, Paul Dixon, Lori Gibbons, and Jim McLean, an attorney, all members of the study commission, and Mark O'Brien, the 6 members of council that voted no. I never got an answer about that either. I asked about why they voted no and if anyone had requested a change in the charter. This question has so the illegality of 5 members of council
Please conclude your remarks.
serving on Home Rule Charter has not been answered. I will ask it publicly. Is it legal for 5 members of council to serve on the Home Rule Charter Study Commission and then vote on any changes that may be submitted by the commission
Please
to council?
conclude your remarks.
I'm done.
Thank you very much. You will have your answer from us in writing in the next few days.
Thank you.
Mr. Hannon?
Mr. McLean.
If I may, Mr. Swish, if I can make a request or a suggestion. The Home Rule Study Commission has been meeting for several months. We will continue to meet, and in fact, we have a meeting scheduled for next week. And what I would ask you to consider is attending that meeting so that you can witness firsthand the work that we're doing and the way that we're going about it. As you've correctly noted, I'm the chair of that commission. I was appointed by the president of this council to that position. And I can tell you that I've spoken with Mr. McTiernan, who's been the solicitor throughout this process, about the constituency of that commission, and have been assured by him in my capacity as a chairman that it is proper and it is appropriate. But if you have concerns about what we're doing, no, that's the question I'm saying. Your question was, is it legal? And the answer is yes. And I have satisfied myself in conversations with Mr. McTiernan that it is. But
Chairman, or for 5 members to be on that?
for
We're
5
not
members,
entering a debate here. Please
no,
control your remarks. No. You're out of order. You're out of order.
I will make a motion for my time to be extended.
No. You don't have a vote up here. Please be quiet, or you'll be removed from council chambers.
Mr. Sweets, let me tell you, the constitution of the commission is appropriate. What I'm asking you to do, because you seem to have some concerns about what we're doing, is I'm inviting you to attend the meetings so that you can see what we're doing. What we're doing is we're looking at the charter from beginning to end and considering whether any changes should be made. And we're doing that openly and in public, and members of the public are invited to attend and, in fact, have attended. So I would extend the same invitation to you to do that. And I'm happy to talk with you at any time about any concerns that you have. But what I wanted you to know is that we are not operating without having considered those things. But I want to tell you that the reason I voted no that day, when that motion was made on the floor, was because whenever we asked Mr. McTiernan to do a formal legal opinion, it cost the taxpayers of this community money to do that and to pay for it. And on previous occasions, we had, at Mr. Harrison's request, asked Mr. McTiernan to prepare an opinion, which then Mr. Harrison refused to accept. And when we did that 2 years ago, I thought that was an unnecessary expenditure of taxpayer money. And I was not going to vote for it again. But I did not ignore the question. And I am confident that the commission we have formed is properly constituted and is properly doing its job. But again, if you have questions or concerns about it, what I invite you to do is to come to the meeting so you can see what we're doing and share your own concerns. We've been doing it in a very open, public way, and we'll continue to do it that way. So I appreciate your concerns. They're legitimate, and I want to address them. And that's why I took the time to make these remarks here this evening. Thank you.
Mr. Hannon?
Mr. Harrison.
I would like to thank the gentleman for the comments he made. It's sort of rewarding to find out that at least somebody out there is sharing the concerns I share about this council not being very attentive to the Constitution of Bethel Park, the Home Rule Charter. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Harrison. Mr. McLean, if nobody else has come up to speak, Mr. McLean, will you take the next agenda, please?
General policy and finance items. First item we have is an ordinance for the police pension plan. I move that we approve the ordinance to amend certain provisions of the municipal police pension plan to update participant contributions and survivor benefits.
We have a motion and a second to approve the ordinance to amend certain provisions of the municipal police pension plan to update participant contributions and survivor benefits. Any discussion from council? Mr. Spagna, please call the roll.
Harrison?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
O'Brien?
Yes.
Colella?
Yes.
Dixon?
Yes.
Givens? Hannon?
Yes.
7-0.
Motion passes 7-0. Mr. McLean.
There are no other agenda items under general policy and finance items.
Thank you, Mr. McLean. Any additional items?
Mr. Hannon, I have one.
Yes, sir.
I just want to note that hopefully with the arrival today of the better and warmer weather, we've said goodbye to winter and spring is here. But hopefully that's true. And if it is, I didn't want that to pass without at least some thanks and recognition to Mr. Duke and the folks in the Public Works Department. I know that not everybody gets their street done in the first 20 minutes after the snow hits, because it's just not physically possible to do that. But I also know that Public Works, like all of us, were really challenged, especially over the last 2 months. And I know I heard trucks in my neighborhood at 3:30 in the morning and at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then later that same day. So I know that they were responding as best they could. So I just didn't want this passage, hopefully into spring, to occur without acknowledging Mr. Duke and the work of the Public Works Department. So, Jerry, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McLean. Any other comments from council? Okay, go to planning and zoning, Mr. Dixon.
Mr. Chairman, we have two items on the agenda under planning and zoning. First one is a resolution, Bethel Park Retirement Living Sewage Facilities Planning Module. I move that we adopt the resolution approving the Sewage Facilities Planning Module associated with application number 2014-0701, Bethel Park Retirement Living on Keystone Drive.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to adopt the resolution approving the sewage facilities planning module associated with application number 2014-0701, Bethel Park Retirement Living on Keystone Drive. Any discussion from council? Mr. Spagna, please call the roll.
McLean?
Yes.
O'Brien?
Yes.
Colella?
Yes.
Dixon?
Yes.
Gibbons? Hannon?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
7-0.
Motion passes 7-0. Mr. Dixon.
Next item is another resolution for a sewage facilities planning module for Home City Ice Company. I move that we adopt the resolution approving the sewage facilities planning module associated with the renovations related to Home City Ice Company's facility located at 3399 Industrial Boulevard.
There's a motion and a second to adopt the resolution approving the sewage facilities planning module associated with the renovations related to Home City Ice Company's facility located at 3399 Industrial Boulevard. Any discussion from council? Mr. Spagna, please call the roll.
O'Brien?
Yes.
Colella?
Yes.
Dixon?
Yes.
Gibbons? Hannon?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
7-0.
Motion passes 7-0. Mr. Dixon.
That's all we have under planning and zoning.
Any additional items? Hearing none, let's go to health, safety, and welfare. Mr. O'Brien.
Mr. Hannon, there are no items tonight under health, safety, and welfare.
Any additional items? Hearing none, let's go to Public Works and Maintenance, and Mrs. Gibbons.
That we reject the bids received on February 17, 2015 for the 2015 road program.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to reject the bids received on February 17th, 2015 for the 2015 road program. Any discussion from council? Mr. Spagna, please call the roll.
Colella?
Yes.
Dixon?
Yes.
Gibbons?
Yes.
Hannon?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
O'Brien?
Yes.
7-0.
Motion passes 7-0. Any additional items, Mr.
No additional items.
Motion to adjourn?
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Hi, I'm John Bauer from Tri-Community South EMS. Did you know that National Consumer Protection Week is March 1st through the 7th? There are more than 23,000 reports from around the country of incidents or potential incidents that happen with products in the home or products that you are thinking of buying. SaferProducts.gov is a website that the Consumer Product Safety Commission operates. It gives consumers a place to report and read about unsafe products. The website also provides information on recalled products. Remember, you have the power to protect your family and friends from unsafe products by going to SaferProducts.gov. This safety tip has been provided by Tri-Community South EMS, the EMS service for Bethel Park, South Park, and Upper St. Clair. For more information about Tri-Community South EMS, our CPR classes, and Speakers Bureau, visit us at tcsems.org.